it's Kim, and I'm going to do the video thing again. Like I said, it gives my hands a break from typing. I just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you know what's going on. Um, and I had a really interesting experience last night that I wanted to share. So I figured this way would be easier for me. So I hope that you don't mind sitting through a video and just staring at the sun. It's interesting, this video looks like the sun is pulsating, like it has a heartbeat. This is video that I took when I was in Cape Cod this past summer. So anyway, first I want to just say thank you all so much for being so supportive and sending healing and all that. I really, really very much appreciate that. And I'm working through things. I have something going on with my body, and at first I thought it was maybe carpal tunnel and then maybe arthritis. But now I'm 90 something percent sure. No, I haven't gone to the doctor, and I probably should. I always tell everybody go to the doctor, and I promise I will if I can't get this under control myself. But I am pretty sure, I'm almost positive that what I have is a Lyme's disease flare-up. About 10 years ago, something along those lines, about a decade or so ago, I was diagnosed with Lyme's disease. And it was the most life-altering thing that ever happened to me, besides having children. But it really, it's a horrible disease, if any of you have had it. I know some of you have had it. And it's just, it can be very devastating. And it's along the lines of fibromyalgia. And a lot of doctors don't even believe that it's a chronic kind of illness. Like, they give you the antibiotic and they say you should be better because it doesn't always show up in tests. Long story short, I had the Lyme's disease. I was treated for the Lyme's disease and I started to feel better. But then like a year or so later, I was not feeling well again. I got tested again. It came back negative. And I was just really having a hard time. And the doctor basically told me that I was crazy and needed to probably go on antidepressants or something like that. And I haven't been back to a doctor since then, except maybe a ER visit because I had a bad migraine one time. But other than that, I haven't been back to the doctor because I just knew that that wasn't right. And so what I've realized over the past decade or so is that I have what I really truly believe are Lyme's disease flare-ups. And in talking with other people and doing research, this actually does happen, and it's called chronic Lyme's disease. And so what happens is the Lyme's disease can hide in various parts of your body, and then it can come out during odd times, maybe during a stressful time or life-changing or weather or not eating right or, just odd times this Lyme's disease can resurface and rear its ugly head. And it travels throughout the body. And so what I thought might have been arthritis or whatever, I know maybe I do have arthritis and maybe I do have carpal tunnel. I don't know, and I probably should rule those out. But the Lyme's disease, it travels throughout the body. So like for a couple hours, my fingers might hurt, and then a couple hours later, my knee all of a sudden is burning and hurts, or my foot, or my neck, or my shoulder, and this pain just moves around the different joints, and that is a classic symptom of Lyme's disease. So, along with brain fog and just this weird, I need to lay down right now, because I feel like if I don't lay down, I'm going to die, like heavy lead lethargy. So that's what I've been battling with, I guess, for about a month now. And sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better. And I will come out of it, I always do. I feel in good spirits, like I'm still happy. I'm frustrated because there's so many things I want to do. Like, my mind wants to do so many things, my spirit wants to do so many things, but my body's like, hell no. Because my hands tend to be the most painful. My wrists, my fingers, both of them. I just can't use the computer for that long. I have to work on something a little bit and then go back and go, I have to move around. I can't do one thing for very long before I have a lot of pain. So I have a lot of inflammation, and I'm doing a gas. I'm working with crystals. I'm working with blue lace agate for inflammation. And I made a nice little tincture of blue lace agate and clear quartz and amethyst for pain, and lavender essential oil for inflammation, and frankincense essential oil for inflammation. And I put that, wherever I feel like I need it, mostly on my hands. I often have a blue lace agate taped to my hand. But it's not just my hands. Like I said, it travels. It goes to my knee, my neck, my foot, and along with this burning sensation. So I started taking nopal cactus fruit juice, and also multivitamin, and something else for joints and inflammation that has turmeric in it. So I'm really working on this. I'm trying to go the natural way. It's just taking me a while, so bear with me as I go through this healing process. Again, I feel like spiritually okay. I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. I'm just in a lot of pain, and it's taking me a long time to do things. So I wanted to tell you something. Already the video is too long, but I needed to give you an update as to what was going on. So I wanted to tell you what happened last night. I was in so much pain last night, like crying pain, and oh my gosh, my wrist was burning so bad. Um, and my arm, it was just moving up my arm. And I know it sounds like carpal tunnel, and it could be a combination, but I know it's the limes. So I was laying in bed and I was just in a lot of pain, and I prayed to Jesus, to God, to Source, and I just, when you're feeling like that, that's kind of, a reaction. I think that's a common reaction to do. But I really felt it, that I needed to do this, and I prayed for healing, and I prayed. I said, if you want to send the angels, I welcome angelic healing, because I never do that. I mean, a lot of you that know me know that I don't work with angelic energy. I don't usually ask for that. I'm usually very stubborn and try to do it all on my own. So I asked for if that was okay to send the angels. I asked if there was a certain crystal that I should be working with that could bring me healing. And I kind of went into a zone, and I didn't fall asleep because I was still in pain. So I didn't fall asleep. But I entered like a zone, is what I want to call it, and had my eyes closed. And with my eyes closed, I was outside. It was dark out, and I saw a light coming forward, and it resembled the moon, but it was not the moon. It was a light, like a flashlight, like a bright light, like a bright ball of light, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And this light, it was warm and bright. It wasn't the sun, wasn't the moon. And within this light, it looked like, I've never seen this before, but it looked like a bunch of mosquitoes or little bugs flying around, or if you want to even say little fairies flying around, but that's what it resembled to me. It was like a bunch of little bugs flying around in this bright light. And that's all I saw. And I snapped out of it. It's like I snapped right out of that zone that I was in. It only happened for a few moments. And I opened my eyes, and my room was dark. And the pain in my wrist was gone. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that. Um, Now, the pain came back later in the middle of the night. Not as intense, and not even in the same place. It moved somewhere else, because that's what it does with the limes. but I wasn't in excruciating pain anymore. I just thought that was interesting, and I wanted to share with you that experience. I do think we have the power within us to heal, to get guidance from God, get assistance from God to heal. And however you want to view it, we all view things, we all have our different spiritual views, but I was just sharing how I did it. And I don't feel miraculously cured, no, but at that moment, most definitely, whatever it is that happened took away the intense pain that I was going through at that moment. I'm ever so grateful for that. I was able to fall asleep and get a little bit of sleep. And I just also want to share that there's something about pain too, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain, that helps us to connect to whatever you want to call it, your inner guidance to God, whatever. There's something about the pain that helps us get to that point of making that connection, because this wasn't the first time that something like that happened to me. When I was in labor with my first daughter, most excruciating pain I've ever had. It was a very difficult birth, very difficult. I was in labor for over 30 hours. She was breached, and the doctors didn't know. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But I was in so much pain, and I was moving when they were trying to give me the epidural. I kept moving, and they told me that I had to stop moving because otherwise I couldn't get the epidural. And the nurse, amazing nurse, just took my head in her hands and said, "Look at me and focus on me, concentrate on me." I was in such excruciating pain that when she did that, and I was able to just stop for a second and focus, and I asked God for help, and I was able to see right through her. And I had this moment of clarity and of stillness, and I was able to just stay still and get the epidural, and the rest was history. But it was the pain that brought me to the point where I can get the healing or guidance that I needed. And so with that being said, I think physical, emotional pain that we go through on this planet, it does, or it can, not always does it, I'm not saying it always does, but it can bring us to a point where we can heal, because our cup is full. You just can only take so much before you need to, or you have to have that kind of aha, enlightened, quote unquote, come to Jesus moment. And I say that just because that's how I'm expressing it. But there's a moment when you're in that pain that you can see the light, and that is what physically, or with my third eye, rather, I shouldn't say physically, but with my third eye, I saw the light last night that helped to get me out of that moment of intense physical pain. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, as not asking for healing or sympathy or any of that, but more of a, this is what happened to me, and I know there's a deeper meaning to it in my sharing it with you, that you can get through these moments. You can. You will. Whatever you're going through, no matter how hard it is, there's deep value in it. And look for that aha moment, that moment of enlightenment, because it's there. It's waiting for you to find it. I just don't want you ever to lose hope, no matter how much physical, emotional, spiritual, or whatever kind of pain you're going through in your life. That light is there. Welcome it. Okay, that was kind of weird. It's not where I thought I was gonna go, but maybe somebody will find some use in this video and in sharing my experience. All right, guys, I love you so much, and I hope you have a blessed day. Talk to you later. Bye.